bitters or quitters. 안녕하세요, 칼로리TV다. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And guess who's back? It's Kay.
I returned.
She's been missing from my videos for at least 3 months now. The last video that you're actually in 100% was the Stray Kids one. That's not counting my blooper video.
That's right, your blooper video.
But you haven't been since Stray Kids. That's a long time ago.
Oh, last time.
Anyway, so for her comeback, is what we're calling it, we're doing a little, I don't know what to call this, like, it's not a game, it's not a challenge, well, it's technically a challenge. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reading dirty fanfic. So I picked some fanfic for us to read. I have 8 stories, 4 for me, 4 for you, but you don't have to read them all. And the thing is, though, is that when I looked for these, I just put in a random, like, it was like BTS, EXO, GOT7, those are the 3 that I chose from. I didn't read them. I picked them based on the title of the story and the summary. So I don't know what's in them at all. Except for one. But the one's mine. Oh, okay. And I'm reading it to you. Self-promo! So if you guys want to actually go read my stories, you can go find me with my link in the description below at Archive of Our Own, Sky's the Kai. But anyway, for this, it's not just us reading it. We're going to be drinking water and trying not to spit it. So this is my fic, personally written by me, no help from anyone else. This is actually a requested frick. This was a requested fic from someone on Twitter. I can't remember who requested it, because I normally don't write smut unless it's requested, because I get awkward. I get awkward. Anyway, this is called Sleepless. It is a soapy fic, so Yoongi and Hosuk.
Man, I'm sucker for that.
Hosuk sighed breathlessly. He tried to keep his voice down, fear of waking the peacefully sleeping older. He would try his best to keep Yoongi sleeping for as long as he could. No need to make him tired and angry. Hosuk squirmed, pulling up and down on his length. He moaned softly, biting down on his lips. He hadn't planned on rubbing one off his late at night, especially when Yoongi was sleeping, but he had no choice. Yoongi had denied him release earlier and promised he could do it later. The older loved watching him beg from the reflection of the balcony banister. He was sure the neighbors could see and hear them both. Hosuk had never been quiet, and Yoongi was slightly masochistic when he topped. He didn't top often, but he did it. But when he did, it was like a whole new world for the couple. Though Yoongi preferred the feeling of being full and having Hosuk tell him how beautiful he was. But when Yoongi asked if they could use the balcony so the world could see their love, Hosuk couldn't say no. It lasted longer than Hosuk anticipated, but he'd be lying if he said it didn't feel good, because damn, it sure felt like heaven. Yoongi, yeah, please. His moans grew louder. He bit his lip harder, close to drawing blood in the attempts to silence himself. Pre-cum leaked from the tip, causing less friction but making his movements smoother. The feeling of his fingers moving effortlessly across his skin made him shiver. It wasn't the same as when Yoongi made love to him, but it was close enough. His motions got faster and moans were out of control. His stomach was doing flips as he got closer to release. Are you going to keep being loud or do I have to shut you up? Hosuk stopped in his tracks, breathing heavy. Had Yoongi been awake this whole time? The younger rolled over, hand still stroking himself slightly. Hosuk looked up at Yoongi, taking in all his features. His hair was growing out now that fall had hit. His eyes were hooded from sleep, and his lips were puffy and full. When he was aroused, Yoongi looked like a whole new person. Quit staring at me like that. Yoongi moved over slightly, lifting the blankets off of them. The younger's hand stilled, and his eyes wandered away from Yoongi's longing gaze. Hosuk couldn't tell if he was embarrassed or turned on. He could feel Yoongi's eyes on him. He could imagine the look that was planned on the older's face. Eyes hungry, hooded slightly, lips parted, tongue poking out to lick his top lip. He was tired, sure, but Yoongi would never turn down a chance to please Hosuk. Yoongi, please, Hosuk begged, looking over at the older, eyes rolling back slightly. Please what? You have to tell me what you want, baby. Hosuk groaned. Yoongi never called him that except on rare occasions when he was in the mood. It was really sexy. He take the whole thing in his mouth, but he didn't want saliva to run down his chin. Hosok's hands ran lightly through Yoongi's hair. The younger moaned, head rolling back. God, Yoongi. The older looked up at Hosok through hooded eyes. The younger's face was flushed, lips parted in a silent moan, and eyes closed softly. Yoongi knew Hosok was close. He hummed against the younger's length, pushing it to the back of his throat. Hosok's breath hitched, and Yoongi readied himself, hollowing out his cheeks.
Mark is oblivious to Jackson's shared feelings. Thank God J-Bum spills the beans. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, they say that your significant other is pretty much your best friend. Mark says it's the other way around. What are you doing? Now his body reached... What? Oh, his body reacted, sorry. His hands shooting out from under the blanket, his knees folding up to his chest. No, nothing? What was that, Mark? And... What? Wow, I can't read. What was with Mark? And stuttering lately. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Were you just masturbating? Way to go, Jackson. Just jump straight to it. No. I can't read it like that. I wouldn't mind if you were. What? Mark asked. His face as red as it could get, his shaft throbbing. That was a cow. His shaft throbbing in his shorts. Wow, is it alright that you... I said I wouldn't mind if you were. Jackson sat next to Mark on the couch, shifting so he was facing him. Great. Jackson just had to be casual about this. What were you thinking about? Jackson, seriously? You're telling me seriously when you knew I was going to catch you, he chuckled, shaking his head. Dude, I was literally in the other room. Silence hung in the air. Sorry. Mark mumbled an apology, at a loss for words on what to do. No need to apologize. I'm not upset. I'm just curious about what was going through your head. Mark remained silent. It wasn't like he couldn't just say, oh, it was just the thought of me ripping that towel off. You bit over the pillow. Bitch. Okay, Mark was pretty sure he had a fever. His entire body was burning, but he wasn't about to let Jackson down. Mark's hand trailed down to Jackson's shorts, slowly sliding them down before moving down himself and kissing Jackson through his tight black boxers. I want to touch you. Goddamn, I can't read. Mark whispered against J-Bum's bulge. The hot air on his... Jackson's not J-Bum. Please don't die. Okay. Mark whispered against J-Bum. Jackson. The hot air on his crotch making Jackson squirm. I want to make you beg and whimper under my touch. Mark moved upwards, straddling Jackson and grinding down onto him, cursing when he heard Jackson whine. He leaned down, nibbling Jackson's ear before blowing cold air onto his neck. And then I'm going to take you over the back of his couch. Jackson nodded, his cheeks flustered. Mark stood up, taking off his shorts and boxers, his members springing free.
So this is called Talents, and this is a exofic. This is Minsuk and Baekhyun. Except that Baekhyun knows better. Minsuk's best talent, in his opinion, has nothing to do with being cute. His talent instead lies in the way he can easily pin Baekhyun onto the mattress without barely a fight. The muscles, which are always hidden under oversized sweaters and long-sleeve shirts, showing up lean, hard, naked, pressed against Baekhyun's body, or... I'm sorry. I told you to take your socks off. Where was I? Oh, or the way he effortlessly lifts Baekhyun onto the bathroom sink, letting his fingers slide into Baekhyun, spreading him just enough lube and nothing else before shifting him so that he's pushing into Baekhyun, hot, thick, and perfect, leaving Baekhyun in a garbling mess as he clings helplessly with legs wrapped around Minsuk's waist. However, it's not Minsuk who does all the work each time. Sometimes he seems content to let Baekhyun straddle his hips, watching with his intense gaze as Baekhyun fingers himself, while Minsuk lies back against the headboard, his hand slowly working his own cock, stroking languidly. Sometimes Baekhyun will let out a loud moan, trying to sound as slutty as he can, while he pushes another finger into himself. Just to see Minsuk's breath hitch, pausing to grip the base of his cock to stop himself from losing control and coming too soon. It's enough to make Baekhyun Bakken grin through sweat-matted bangs, pleased that he's managed to chip at Minseok's control. Wow. In the end, Minseok has him sitting in his lap, riding his lube-slicked fingers, all three of them, while his other hand slowly traces circles across Bakken's chest. "You're always so impatient," Minseok scolds him, pinching a nipple, forcing another gasp out of Bakken as he stops moving. Trying to control his breathing, and you never shut up. Bakken feels another finger pressing at his interest and lets out a whimper. 4 fingers is more than he's ever taken, and he's not sure he can hold on any longer. "Still," Minseok adds, sounding a lot more gentle and perhaps more fond than Bakken had expected, "you've done well." He pushes his fingers in slowly and leans up to whisper into Bakken's in his ear. "Touch yourself, Bakken," he says as he wraps his other free hand around Bakken's waist to keep him from falling back. "Touch yourself and don't stop moving until you come." He brushes his lips against Bakken's ear, oddly affectionate. "Let me see you come. Let your Hyung watch you fall apart." The touch is almost tender, making Bakken's heart beat fast, but he manages to gather his thoughts long enough to reach between them, groaning as he finally wraps his fingers around his cock. Oh, fuck, he sobs in relief as he continues fucking himself on Minseok's fingers, the rhythm awkward, broken compared to his hand strokes. He comes with a loud yell shortly after, his body arched backwards as he shoots his load all over his belly, some of it smoothly on his chest and even across his nipples. Ew.
I don't know why that one got me. What? All I remember what she said was something about shit in his lip.
That's what it says.
I don't know why that one got me.
His body arched backwards as he shoots his load. We're ending on that note. Because now this is soaked. And my floor is probably disgusting. Anyway, that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. Also, you can follow all of our social medias linked down in the description below. And don't forget to follow the second channel where I show you my life, minus the K-pop. Alright, you beautiful bays. I'll see you in the next video. Annyeong!
It's a weird slotting one leg between Jimin's and moving closer so that his boner was